Welcome to the Sci-Fi Center, the place to be, where comic books and wrestling collide magically. Movies, TV shows, and pop culture we share. Get ready to rock, we're here to take you there. From superheroes to aliens in outer space, we've got the latest news and reviews in our embrace. Turn on your screen, let the neon lights glow. We'll take you back to the 80s. Let's rock and roll. Sci-Fi Center, where the legends come alive. Get ready to geek out, let your imagination fly. We're diving into the past with a touch of modern flair. Sci-Fi Center, the ultimate pop culture lair.
How is everybody? I am having sound issues. I could not hear my theme song. Can you guys hear me? Let me know if you can't hear me. If not, I'm going to have to come back out and come back in again. Testing, testing. Hold on. Hmm. All right, so you guys can hear me, but I can't hear you. Okay, well, it's not necessary because I am co-hostless tonight because I did not know if I was going to be doing the stream or not, and then I figured I'd give you guys an hour. So far for me, Hal Jordan, it's still Sinners. Sinners for me is still the best movie of the year. Um, I tried to get in one battle after another on HBO Max. I couldn't get 15 minutes into it. I'm gonna give it another try, but it just wasn't for me. And the last couple of weeks, there's a lot of these no name movies, which usually happens when it comes to the end of the year because you only have until New Year's Eve to put a movie out that is going to be considered for the Oscars. So like this other one, the Mikey whatever. Some people tell me that's the best movie of the year. It looks like a movie about ping pong. So for me, yeah, it's going to be Sinners. But then again, I this is going to be one of the few years that I am not going to see every movie that comes out because most of these movies that come out that are going to get nominated, I didn't give two shits about. So, and I'm tired of forcing myself to watch movies that I'm just not into just because I think they're going to be up for Academy Awards. So, for me, it's going to be Sinners. How are you doing, Duckman? Spinal Tap 2 for you? Yeah, I heard about that. What I did, I heard about it in passing. 25 years old. I don't know what she passed of, but I saw. I mean, there's a lot of deaths been popping up on the timeline lately. So I hope my earphones aren't messed up. That would really piss me off. I tried this morning to get into it, um, but then again, none of that guy's movies really, for the most part, really attract me. I started watching it on a recommendation, So I figured I'd give it a shot. Maybe I wasn't in the right mood. Maybe I'll try again over the weekend or maybe closer to the end of the year. But I didn't. I just wasn't feeling it, so I turned it off. But I'll give it a shot. I mean, just like but he has a directing style that just really doesn't connect with me. So and there's some directors that are out there that are like that, and I can instantly recognize the style as soon as about first 15 minutes of the movie, I can tell you whether I'm going to be into it or not. And he's one of them. So, how you doing? Aaron's little pictures. You were adorable in your little elf hat. I didn't realize how tiny you were. You little tiny little thing. Aaron sent me pictures of her. I told her I wanted to see pictures of the of her little Christmas trip she went on, and then so she sent me some. She's adorable. Worst movie of the year? Oh, dude, I've been trying to stay away from all the bad ones. I mean, what was the worst movie I saw? I can't really give you one because I did a good job in 2025 as avoiding movies that looked like they were garbage. If I didn't think I was gonna like them, it just wasn't worth my time. So I mean, out of the movies that I've seen, I really didn't see a bad movie. I didn't personally go bad movie because I'm like the kind of guy who goes to see. I'm not a cinephile. I don't see every movie. I just don't because my time is valuable. And some of these movies, I can tell you they're garbage just from the previews. So yeah, I couldn't give you one right now. That one wasn't one of this year, though, was it? That was a couple of years ago. The Lakers beat the Lakers. It had nothing really to do with the Rockets. The Lakers can't guard anybody right now. Rockets are a middle of round, maybe second round exit if that. But they also lost. Lakers also lost to the Clippers too, and the Clippers are absolute trash this season. So it has nothing to do with the Rockets or the Clippers. It's the common denominator is the Lakers need to start committing to defense, or they need to make a trade to get an athletic defender. No, I thought Fantastic Four was a really good movie. I thought Fantastic Four was a really good movie. I don't know why Fantastic Four gets the grief. I think a lot of it is because you have MCU junkies that got the good drugs for 12, 15, 16 years, and then they went dormant and gave you things like She-Hulk and things like, Marvels, Miss Marvel, and then that just wasn't the cheese that they were on. So no, I thought Fantastic Four was a really good movie. It's my favorite, second favorite comic book movie of the year after Thunderbolts. Superman 2025 was my worst, but I haven't seen much movies this year. It wasn't Superman 2025 wasn't near my top. It's not my top five or anything. So yeah. LeBron James didn't have anything to do with how they played. They just need to play better. They don't need to get rid of anything. I think fans always think that you need to get rid of somebody. How about this? How about the players just play better? These are professional players. I am. I had to. I watched all three episodes, and I hated doing that. But I know some shithead was gonna fucking spoil it for me anyway. And I really wanted to experience the episodes, and plus, I will be talking about it over the next couple of days. And it's really hard to have a conversation when they block release them like that. That's why I absolutely hate the binge model. I hate it, and I hope eventually Netflix goes away from it because I think it was never needed to begin with, but it's really not needed now. But yeah, I watched these last two episodes. I thought they were good. I hear a lot of people whining about them, and that's fine. Everybody has their opinion. I actually enjoyed the last three episodes. Were they as good as anything that the last half of season four gave you? No, you're not gonna. Season four is in my opinion, one of the best seasons of a series. Period in my life. So that's a hard bar to get over. I thought these last three were good. I like the interaction. I think it is a worthy successor to season four. But I think a lot of people, when you watch season four is an all time great season of any episode of any series I've watched. So I think a lot of it is because you're just not going to match season four. And the hardest thing to do is to end the series. And I think so far they're doing fine. Have I seen the trailer for the new Anaconda movie? No, I have not. Oh, actually, no, I did. With Paul Rudd and Jack Black. Yeah, it looks dumb. It looks dumb. It does not look like Tropic. That movie looks like shit. But, it looks like it's not taking itself seriously. So there we go. He always wanted trailers to get played. Well, you know what? It worked. All three teams he's ever played with, he's won titles with. Two of the three teams he's ever played with, he won multiple titles with. He's won he's won Finals MVP in every place he's ever played. So if he comes to you at the and moves a player out that's not what they need, he has the resume to do so. And if you're a GM at that particular time, not at 41, but for most of his career, if you're a GM and you wanted to keep your job and you wanted to keep winning, you listen to LeBron because he's proven it. So. First part was better. I actually personally, out of the 7 I've watched, I enjoyed these last 3 better myself. I like the culmination of the relationship between Dustin and Steve and the trauma that they've all been through. You're starting to see the effects of what they've all been through. And you're starting. I get the feeling that this is all going to come to. Obviously, it's going to come to a head. There's only one more episode left, but I don't. I'm not dissatisfied so far. I'm having fun with it. Watching dumb movies is fun if you have a lot of time to watch dumb movies. I just don't. All right, Icky, question: what are your thoughts on the Mad movie? I saw the trailer the other day. I don't know what to think about it. I mean, he looks and sounds like him, I guess. I mean, Nicholas Cage. I don't plan on seeing it. But I saw the trailer because it was on before something I was watching. I'm like, it's something. No, the movies I watch are fun. Comedy is not fun for me. Buffoonery is not fun for me. That's fun for other people, and that's okay. Fun for me is science fiction, horror, fantasy. That's fun for me. I'm sitting watching people crack bad jokes and do stupid shit. That's fun for someone else. Not me. At the trailer for Madden, I thought it was all right, but I don't know what I'm judging it on either. I mean. Yeah, that's horror. I mean, like I said, I love horror. It's science fiction, horror, fantasy. Those are my go-tos. Comedy is not. Human interest is not. Romantic comedies are not. So sorry. Please do not compare that to Tropic Thunder because clearly you have not seen that movie. No, Tropic Thunder was hilarious. Tropic, I mean, just like that was like I said, that's the last comedy movie I paid to see. Um, so yeah, I think Tropic, and like I said, probably the next one I will see when it comes to Tropic Thunder would be Tropic Thunder sequel as far as comedy goes. That's it. That's it. I don't know if I'm going to reach that high again. How are you doing out there? My Christmas itself, with the family, had food, did the gift thing. We were all together. We were all in good health. We were all, we are eating prime rib. Watching the games, watching football, just relaxing. That my Christmas was fine. My Christmas Eve was fucked up. because it's kind of sprinkling now, but not as bad as it was Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve fucked everything up at my store. Because I was trying to hold a last minute geek gift sale and I had to shut half the store down because I live in Seattle apparently instead of Las fucking Vegas, and it has rained too much here in the city since 2023. I'm thinking since 2023, at least in September 2023 till now, it has rained too much. Fuck each and every one of you who think we need. Fuck you. All right, that's all I can say now. That's the only kind words I have left to anybody who comes up to me. We need fuck you. Okay. What I have gone through since September of 2023, I did not need. And it's not just my roof. It's the effect it has on the desert. And I repeat, the desert, not the Pacific Northwest, not the Northeast, not the Caribbean, not Miami, not Florida, not the Panhandle, the desert. Every time it happens here, anything good gets fucked up. Tourists look out the window, they don't want to come out that shit. Locals, they're not coming out in that shit. So anything you need to do that needs to be successful, it's not going to be successful that day. Unless you're selling, unless you're getting towed out of a puddle somewhere. So, no. Christmas Eve sucked. Christmas Day was great. Rational TNA will now air on AMC. Yeah, but yeah, anything that was better than Access because, like I said, not everybody had access. Not every cable company had access. I have Cox here in Las Vegas, and we don't have it. You can get it on DirecTV, but I haven't been with DirecTV in 10 years. I have Cox bundle because it's cheaper with the internet. But be honest with you, I think it will help them. But for me personally, I don't watch wrestling on TV anymore. Even my go-to, which is AEW. I haven't watched AEW on TV since they made it available on HBO Max. So, yeah. I looked at them. Most of them are, I see the reasoning behind some of the reviews. I question personally how many of these people really were connected to the season from season one all the way now. Because I can't believe, this is personally for me, that you could be watching and following all these characters up till now and have an issue with this season. I just can't see it. But then again, everybody's different. So, and as far as it getting mixed reviews, it still has an 85% review. That's high for anything, any movie. That's high for any TV show. It's just, but that's an 85% review, whatever that fucking means. It has 85%. The only reason people are saying it's down because season 4 had 90. Season 4, like I explained, was an all-time season. It was the perfect display and demonstration of storytelling. So if you're trying to match up season 5 so far to season 4, that's a losing battle because there were so many things that worked right that you cannot replicate again. That made that season special. And this season is good, but it's matched up against one of their best seasons, which is season 4. So. And when it comes to mixed reviews, I really, like I said, I think people put themselves in a position to expect more than the story is there to give them, and then they disappoint themselves. That's just me. You stop right before the best season. Season 4 is the best season I've seen of. One of the best seasons I've seen of any show that I watch or I've ever watched. Probably so. I watch a lot of documentaries. Man, I watch a lot. I'm big into mob movies and mob documentaries. I've been watching those. I watch a lot of Cold War documentaries. Cold War's always been a topic near and dear to me because I grew up in the Cold War. I was a Cold War baby. And I'll watch a lot of videos about comic book characters and comic book things. Certain times I've gotten away from continuously reading certain titles, and I'll use some of these really, really good videos on some of them that'll help me get back into it. So yeah, I watch a lot of YouTube. 2026 movies looking forward to: The Odyssey, Disclosure Day, Mildly Interested in Project Hail Mary, Dune. For me, it's Dune. Avengers Doomsday, Spider-Man, Far From Home, and that's about it. Everything else is going to surprise me. I'm not saying that there are not other movies that are not going to be great, but I have to. Those are the ones I'm anticipating so far. The Odyssey, I will go see. I will go see the Odyssey. Now, if I think it's great, I'll say so. Even though Christopher Nolan, out of all the movies he's done 2 movies that I can sit through, and that is Dunkirk and Oppenheimer. Disclosure, Dave. I'm Steven Spielberg, so that was Steven Spielberg, right? So yeah, trailer. I'm looking forward to it, but I'm not anticipating it. And Project Hail Mary, I just haven't got that feeling yet. I have to actually see the movie to get to it. But the 3 that I gave you are my 3 most anticipated. I got gift cards. A lot of people just give me gift cards to Starbucks. That's pretty much all I require. I don't require a lot of gifts. I really, because I get myself everything I need. I know my taste. I mean, what are you going to do? Give me a comic book? I mean, I get this. I mean, you're going to take me to a science fiction movie. That's all I do. So my parents every year, me and my sister and my parents collectively get me a pair of boots every year. That's it. A pair of boots. They're high-end boots, $200 boots, and I'm on concrete a lot. I'm in a desert a lot. I'm in a lot of different places. They're very comfortable boots. They help my back. They help my calves, and that's the only thing I ever ask from them again. Anything else they get, they get. Other people I've gotten gifts from customers. Mainly it's going to be Starbucks cards. Somebody bought me liquor. Somebody bought me whiskey. I've never tasted liquor, so I actually took that and I regifted it to my sister, who does drink. So, but pretty much it was a low key. I really, when I was a little kid, obviously when we were a little kid, we wanted giant toys and shit. When we came under the tree, you couldn't even walk down the stairs. We were up 4 o'clock in the morning early because GI Joe, Transformers, I mean all the stuff was under the tree. As I've grown older, I literally live all of those things. The things that I wished I was getting under the tree, the things that we were getting under the tree when I was a kid, I literally am surrounded by them daily. So when it comes to Christmas, I ask for my health, the health of the people that are around me, and just to be able to relax a little bit, and to reflect and I hope I didn't lose my sound. Did I lose my sound? I hope that's not Clint telling me I did lose my sound. Okay, cool. Okay, this is old. Okay, nice. Wow, that's an old message. But yeah, and just basically to reflect on what I have. I don't really need a lot of material things from other people these days, but it's kind of cool to get it. Who would you guess is going to be sacrificed in the final? I think Mike. No, I don't think. To be honest with you, I don't think any of the principals are going to die. I think maybe L, because of if you're watching it, you know what's going on with her and the other girl. But I don't think they're going to actually take out anybody. I've come to the conclusion that nobody's going to actually die like that. I know it's not going to be what's her face, Mike's sister, which why can't I think of her name right now? Because she's getting her own show, so it's not going to be her. So, Lord of the Rings is fantasy, but it's boring as fuck. Sorry. Happy late Festivus. Festivus for the rest of us. Not the last 3 years. Doesn't feel like it. I think New Mexico and some other. I mean, I'm sorry. It does it does it does not feel dry. I'm sorry. I'm it's raining now, or it was drizzling now. It's been raining. It fucked up the entire week. It's not dry. Used to be. When I first got here, it was an actual desert. Somehow, magically, we turned into a fucking rainforest. Yeah, I'm trying to stay away from too many spoilers, but yeah, that was the sentiment. Movies that surprised me is Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts really surprised me. Captain America New whatever it was called, Brave New what that disappointed me. Um, but Thunderbolts is my favorite comic book movie of the year. I love that movie. So that surprised me in a good way. What else did I see that surprised me? That's the one. That's probably gonna one that pops up to the top of my list. Okay, you guys are having. Don't forget the Harry Potter movie marathon will be on Saturday. What? I got to get with you guys on that because that's tomorrow. That's like literally in what 12, 15 hours. Aaron, message me. Is your Twitter message? Because I'm not. I can't. I'm having an issue with Blue Sky on this computer. Well, you can message me on Blue Sky. What movies did you guys get done with, and which ones do you still have to do so I can make a graphic for that tonight? And Gelati, if you're watching, I'll message him too. What show are you guys talking about? TNA is in 175 countries. Yeah, but the American market is where it really needs to penetrate. So. No, I have not. Is that something to do with the movie that's being released? Someone makes me a sandwich for Christmas. If someone gives me anything for Christmas, I'm happy. I'm happy. I mean, like I said, you start the day out with nothing. If you end up with anything more than you started out the day with, then it's a good day. Yeah, that big thick ass thing of shit we couldn't afford. We had one because we were going up on the Air Force Base. We had the BX one, which would basically take everything that was in there that they could get, and they would make their own ginormous catalog, and we would go through that too. I think so. I think there's a lot of relationships and character building that is being addressed these last 7 episodes. I was fine with it. Like I said, season 4 was something special to me. I will refer to season 4 for the rest of my life as something that, as I was watching it, they hit every button that season. I don't expect that from any other season, even some of my favorite stuff. So, oh, and what's up with your deserts from Kuwait and? Oh, they were hot. It would rain every now and then in the Middle East, but not much. It gets super cold. Like right now in the Middle East, it's super cold, colder than you would imagine. Colder than you would imagine. Cold. When I was in the Middle East, that winter was colder than anything I've ever experienced in my life, and that includes places that had snow because it's such an arid cold. It's a blistering cold. It can kill you. Well, they're the new Avengers for now, but that's just part of the story. But I did enjoy them. There were certain things I liked about Brave New World, but then it was just mostly, it just wasn't, it just wasn't a cohesive enough movie for me. Oh, Breaking Bad. Oh shit, ooh, I haven't thought about that show in years. That's right. You just started. You're about to wrap it up. Okay. Nah, he's killing. Hopper's killing a lot of soldiers, by the way. And those guys, unfortunately, are just following orders. They're literally just following orders. They're the died. They're either getting shot up or they're getting eat up by the Demogorgon dogs, which is kind of shitty. Tell me some of the badass things you did. I was not in the Battle of Fallujah. That was primarily Marines. Second, I think it was the first Marine expeditionary force. But I was not. I was not in. I was not in the Battle of Fallujah. I don't. In fact, I wasn't even in country when the Battle of Fallujah. Battle of Fallujah took place before I got there. Okay, so the first one, the second one took place on November 7th, 2004. So I was in country, but the first one, which was the big one, was April and May. It was April 4th to May 1st. It was a month-long battle of until 2004. I did not get in country until October of 2004. So that was already done. And yeah, it was the First Marine Expeditionary Force, 82nd Airborne, 101st Airborne. You had Delta Force. You had everybody. Everybody was in that shit. That was a legendary battle, but I was not involved in that, and I was not even in the country at the time that happened. So. Thunderbolts was cool, but I hated the color palette. See those things. The only time in the last maybe 10 or 15 years that a color palette really kind of like threw me off was in Superman, the latest Superman title. I think I just thought it was a little bit too bright for me. It just bothered me a little bit. Not enough to destroy the movie, but enough to really. I noticed it. Usually, you guys know I scoff at the CGI guys and the CGI professors and the color editing professors. I kind of just like blow them off. But Superman 2025 was the first movie that it really kind of like I noticed it. Didn't hate it, but I noticed it, and I wasn't the biggest fan of it. But as far as Thunderbolts go, I didn't notice that at all. But then everybody's got a different set of eyeballs. So that's some bullshit. That was bullshit. The Russians in the 80s could have satellite bases and safe houses and things like really, they were operating in the United States just like we were operating over there. But we weren't building some shit like that. we were that season was a little bit hard to swallow, but yeah. All right, guys, we've been on the air for 34 minutes. I mainly dropped by to say hi and Merry Christmas to you all. How was your Christmas? Is everybody doing okay in your families? What did you guys end up doing for Christmas? Like I said, we got about one more week of the wacky scheduling. I will put together the in fact, make sure you message me um, for the Aaron, because I'm gonna use the same graphic as we did, and when it comes to the movies. In fact, I think I might have had a message from Teladius, so I'll get that together. But yeah, we're gonna have that. I will not be available for that, but I leave that in the capable hands of my Australian buddy and my Englishman. They and then Clint will probably be there. They will wrap up that series. I will be streaming tomorrow night. I just don't know what we're gonna be doing as far as like our Saturday night. It will not be a Saturday night overnighter because we have a huge clearance sale that we have going on. I got some other stuff. I have some meetings and stuff that I gotta be a part of, and some dinners and stuff I gotta do, and I gotta celebrate Christmas with a couple of other people other than family. Our back to normal will be Sunday night. Our Sunday weekend wrap up. What we'll do is a midnight express on Saturday night, but we'll carry over our main topics over to the Sunday night wrap up, and the next major thing we have coming up is our third annual New Year's Eve AFSC marathon. Now we will be watching Watchmen for sure, and I forgot there was another movie that we did not. We weren't able to do any other one. I think it's Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I'm not sure. I think that's it. Also, I am debating on adding the finale of Stranger Things to that as it is released, so I can watch it without anybody trying to buck it up for me. So then we'll throw in some other stuff. But we're gonna be going late on that night. So we're gonna actually start. That marathon about 10 Pacific time. and then it's gonna go until about one New Year's Day, 1 a.m. New Year's Day, and then we'll watch. What we'll do is like we've done the last 2 years, is we're gonna. I'll pause the marathon. I'll take the camera out, and we'll go watch the fireworks, and then we'll come back in and we'll wrap it up. We are going to be trying to get the remaining, I think, 2,500 that we need to wrap up the year at 20,000 for the entirety of the both campaigns. If we do it, great. If we don't, we'll get there. So, all right, let's see. My dumbass decided to fast on. Or well, did you do that because of religious? If you know, you got to do what you got to do. William, is it true that in the army, some new recruits would buy Ranger tabs from Amazon and stitch them on their uniforms? No, absolutely not. You would get destroyed. First of all, when you're a recruit, you're in basic training. So you've had no military career to get those type of things, for one. And two, you are not allowed to put anything on your uniform that you didn't earn. That there are regulations, and you would get torched if you ever did that. I never saw it. William, I guess Doomsday Thor trailer leaks are real. Apparently, is Thor looking for his daughter. Is she powerful in the comics? I haven't read Thor in quite a while. I haven't read Thor consistently in about 6 years, so I couldn't tell you on that one. But as far as him, as far as what she is in the movies, no. But as far as what she is in the comics, I haven't read a Thor comic in quite a while, to be honest with you. Well, like I said, it's the holidays, and Saturdays are tough for me no matter what. Saturdays are really tough for me on during the holidays. Did Alan Moore make Dr. Manhattan German referee to parallel? I wait a minute. His father was. I don't think he was. I have to go back and read it. I thought Jonathan Osterman was the first generation. I didn't think he was. I didn't think he immigrated from. But though there are a lot of parallels to that program, but I don't know if necessarily directly to him that he writes. Yes, I need William and Brad for Harry Potter for a watch party. Just kidding, but it wouldn't hurt. Mr. Charlie, what's going on? I don't know how big of Brad is in the Harry Potter movie. I'm not the biggest Potter fan myself. I would hurt the stream, to be honest with you. Yeah. So, but I know Taladia. I know there are people out there that are in our groups and in our chat that love it. So we're gonna get that done. But yeah, Aaron, what time were we? I just need to know what time we were starting at. If she's still there, if not, I'll message you right now. Internet. Okay, Talade was thinking due to the fact that because I could watch 4 last time. It would be 7 p.m. for Talade, 6 a.m. for me, and 11 a.m. for myself. For me, oof. Okay, that's gonna be a tough one. Tell you what, I can set that up and I can get that going for you guys. I have to do it from remote, but I'll get that set up. Okay, gotcha. Wasn't sure, but the HBO show and spin-off comic shows he was in Germany as a kid. Dude, I have not explored that aspect of no, okay. Jonathan Oshman is born in 1929 to a Jewish American family of German descent. So no, he was born here. He was here. Yeah, yeah. His parents were, his dad was a watchmaker, but from Germany, who escaped. So yeah, there are parallels because Albert Einstein was a German Jewish person who escaped before things got real bad. So yeah. When that show comes on, that show's going to hit 50 million. Oh, HBO, yeah. Listen, Harry Potter is massive, and really, the way you're going to be able to win over the Potterheads is by going closer to the books than the movie did, because that's the only thing left for them. So all right, guys, that's about 42 minutes. That's about all I have tonight. I just wanted to stop by and say hi because I don't like going too many days without streaming and saying hi and checking the pulse of my geek community. I will be on the air again on the We as a channel with Claudia and Aaron will be on the air at 11 a.m. my time, so in about 10 hours from now or so. So I'm going to get that stream ready for them, and then we will me, myself, possibly Brad will be on the air at 11:30 tonight to do a really quick Midnight Express, and then we'll be back to somewhat normal this Sunday. Latest that show will air will be 10:30 my time, and then we have couple more bumps in the road, and then we're back to a normally scheduled shit a couple weeks from now. So, all right, guys, please like, subscribe, and I don't know if they don't listen. I didn't get the feeling that they read the comics as deeply as I did as a reader at that time. I think they took certain elements and personally, I don't know. I don't want to accuse them of not reading source material. I know the way it translated into that cartoon wasn't what didn't feel to me as someone who read it. But then again, I'm a little bit more passionate as a reader than they were. So in my opinion. So. All right, guys, have a good night. Have a good morning. Continue to have a good holiday. Take care of each other, whether it be online or in person. And once again, this is that time of year. Hell, fuck. Just the last couple of weeks have really underscored the need for you guys to get the help you need if you need it, whether this be counseling, whether this be a conversation, or going to the doctor and getting the medication, because this isn't all about depression. There are chemical reasons why people are depressed. So get all that help you need. We will see you over the next 24 hours. We'll see you a couple of times, and have a good morning. It all runs into the day for you guys. All right, guys. For the Sci-Fi Center, I am out. If I can find so now the StreamYard thing is not working. Beautiful. So what do they want me to do? Just stand here and wave at you instead of giving you my outro? Yeah, there he goes. Let's see if it works now.